From the moment I saw your smiling face, I knew in my heart you were my saving grace. You're the sunshine on my darkest days. With you, I'm lost in an endless maze. Every touch, every kiss sets me free. In your arms is where I long to be. Together we'll face whatever comes our way. Forever and always we'll seize the day.
Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, A-Team.
Hello, Janine. Hello, Allie.
Hi.
Hey, Allie Oop, it looks like you have some pictures there, and I'd like for you to show everybody those. Hey,
This is
Allie Oop, it looks like you have some pictures there.
Oh no, am I echoing?
Yeah, you got another device going?
There we go. It's flamingos!
I love them. I love them. Okay, yeah, we got Lori's out there. Everybody give a Lori's. She's our moderator, and then Charlene is out there, of course, and we got Buck is in the house, and I'm sure he's probably beginning working right now. Joey G is out there.
He is.
Joey. So we'll see everybody. We're going to do a reunion on Saturday, this Saturday coming up. Probably 5 o'clock Central, if that's a good time for everybody. And that would be 6 o'clock Eastern time. And we'll have the Three Amigo guys on there, and Alley Cat will be there also. So, Allie, why don't you tell if anybody wants that picture that you got there? Are you selling them?
Yes, I am. Just hit my email up.
Yeah, I'm trying to put it
it
up.
in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. And then also, too, we are live on Rumble out there. Let's see who is out there. Joey G was on Rumble also, so he probably jumped over here, too. Okay, so there you guys go. We've got a few people watching out on Rumble. I'm going to pop the chat out so I don't miss what's actually going on out there. And let's move it over here. What's new, Arnie? Let's start with you first.
I'm working on a tarot deck / oracle deck. It'll be 2 versions. I'm probably gonna wind up having 2 other ones because I have all different things going on at once. I have a whole bunch of light codes that I have in a folder. I have more light codes. I just, over the past couple of days of meditation, got 70 like phrases to use, stuff like that. So I'm still working on that one. I'm almost done with it, with the tarot deck. That I think is going to be pretty nice when it's done.
Allie, what do you have got going on?
We don't know my Mercury retrograde nightmare.
We don't recognize this side of Alley Cat because I think love is in the air. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Well, she happens to have a co-host who's not on screen, but you guys could all guess who it is. But everybody, please say hi to him.
Hi.
Mr. Marine.
Nice to meet
Yeah.
This is what's happening right now. That's a beam of freaking light, and it's affecting me. My phone won't work. It's on Wi-Fi right now, but if I go leave the house, it's not working. That's a problem.
Yeah. What do you got? What do you think, Arnie? What do you got going with the energies?
The energies, it's calmed down a little bit for me, but for the past 3 weeks before, it was absolutely crazy. Yeah, constant, like taking like a day or 2 to adjust back, letting everything settle in, because all the timelines are merging. Some are being eliminated and being merged down into, eventually it'll be one. So we're losing all the negativity. It'll all wind up being exposed. So it's going to take time, but that's what it's going to be. The light wins.
Definitely. So right before we got online here, you guys, Arnie and I are having some of these premonition dreams that are going on out there, and this is why I think that Alley Cat showed us the energy. I'm having more and more of them about planetary things. It's not the greatest thing that they're showing me, but it is what's actually happening out there. Same thing with Arnie. If Arnie, you want to talk about it, that was an awesome thing that you did in response to it. I was almost remote viewing it. That's where I kind of walked away with it. It was kind of like I was looking around to see where can I recognize this from a remote viewing's perspective while I was sleeping. But I'll let Arnie, if he wants to tell his right now, go for it.
It was definitely astral because I really don't remember my dreams. And in this, I was in. It's hard to describe the setting, but everything was brown. Trees, sky, grass. It was all different shades of brown, and it was like clouds, like a cloudy ground almost. And there were all different entities all around, and like the best way I could describe it would be like it was a hazing. They were all coming around. They were coming around me, and as they got closer, I just felt more or less everything building up in me like energy, and I shot out and screamed, "I am the light," and shot that on them. And when I did that, the person I was laying next to, I must have knocked her off the bed because I must have moved in the astral. And when I woke up, I didn't even know what it was, but I remembered everything, and it felt very real. So all these things were around, but they're all going to be taken care of in time. I feel, I mean, everybody's like saying when, all this stuff. You just have to be patient. I know it sucks, but things are happening. Things are happening behind the scenes with everything. And as all these different energies are coming in too, everything is coming down into one. So good times are ahead. We're going to have a lot of different types of exposure coming up in the next year.
This has only been going on for 6 months. We're heading into August, and it's remarkable. 6 months is the timeline and how fast everything is moving. You think Trump has been in this administration for a few years, but Arnie, what I'm actually getting from the Akashic perspective, you definitely were part of the white light, because when I get this card, if you guys could see this, I hope you guys could see this. Let me go. Oops. I'm fumble fingers. Let me go into my solo here. This is what Arnie was projecting out there. Beautiful white light. He was protecting, doing something very powerful on an energetic level, and another dimension for us. So my thing was that I was actually seeing. So first thing I did is, let me start out this way and then work my way backwards to my story. I woke up this morning, I went and checked what was going on in the world. There are fires that are going on all across, and Turkey is burning. If you guys go out there and you just kind of go out on YouTube, you can see all the tragic stories that are happening. There's floods still. I instantly got like, okay, earth, wind, and fire. Earth, wind, and fire. And then I said, okay, this lines up with my dream, is that I was actually clairvoyant or remote viewing, whatever you want to call it, but I think it was more of a remote viewing because I was traveling with it and I was watching the fires. I was watching it burn. There was at a big event with a lot of people. I'm watching trees come down and tumble. People were running, and I remember I was there in it, and I asked Spirit, which way do I go? And I felt myself being pulled backwards, almost like to a highway. And I'm looking and I'm seeing, I guess the only way I could think of it is like when I was in the Chicagoland area, or even these big cities who have highways that go over highways, you got the ramps. And I could see that I was being pulled towards these ramps, almost like I was being pulled to be covered, to be safe, if that was even a place. But I could hear the people screaming. So I'm not quite sure what that was all about. But of course, I checked the news, and it could have been something happening in Turkey. So I saw a little bit of footage out in Turkey that was going on. Why I was being shown that, I don't know if it was United States or if it was just another country, but we've got earthquakes. We have it all happening. So just wherever you are in this particular place on this planet, please be safe and please pray. We all have to do our part by just taking a stance and just asking for protection. If you visualize the planet being flat, or if you visualize the planet being round, whatever it is that you want to visualize, just see a big pink light, enclosed in all of it. Then that is the love and protection of this planet. And so that's what I saw. And just want to say, like Arnie said, we're going to get through this, but the minions are kicking right now. That's all I can say. Allie, what do you got?
Let's manifest that not happening. Sometimes when you put it out into the frequencies and you speak it into the ether, like I saw this, well, now we have the collective understanding we can shift out of that paradigm. And like all spiritualists will say, and all the books I've read about catastrophes and the apocalypse, those who are meant to stay are going to stay regardless of what happens. So I wouldn't sit in fear. Just, if you notice something is going on, it's a little funky, get out of the area. Have a to-go bag. You never know. I always have a to-go bag with the tornadoes and weather over here. You never know.
Yeah. Yeah, so I just want to also thank everybody that did help me out with my cause for my niece. I'm not going to go into that here today, but I wanted to just say thank you. And if anybody is wanting to continue this, if you're wanting a reading from me, or we could just do it for free. It doesn't really matter. But if you have it in your heart to donate to help out my niece, she's going through stage 5 kidney disease, and I just want to say, if anything, more importantly, prayers for her. She's going through the process of understanding what dialysis is now. 27 years old. Alley Cat, I did something, and I asked her for her guidance in this really sad story. So, if I could just, do you mind if I share that with you?
Go ahead. So
we all have tough lives, right? And we've all been through the ringer and stuff. And with her in particular, so when she, my sister called me, she was a little bit older. She was 34 and said she was pregnant at 34. So my niece had to grow up with a bunch of old people. And so I made sure, because I was single, I was well off, I had a lot of money, I made sure I took care of her. Helped my sister with her schooling, whatever it was going to take to make sure that she was well-rounded without a father, because the father decided to walk away. In the meantime, here's my sister, while the time she was alive, and trying to fight to get support, because my sister really never made more than $10 an hour to support this beautiful girl. And our family, being Italian, that's what we do. And I don't even think it's a nationality thing. I think when you step into the role of saying, okay, somebody is less fortunate than you in the family, you step up and you help it any way that you can. So after my sister passed away, I found out that she had this kidney disease, but it wasn't as bad as it is now. And I found him out online, and I let him know, right? And so more recently, and he said he just basically has gone on with his life, has another daughter that kind of looks like my niece. And so he just, went that route, and he just responded to me. He says, I was young and I really didn't want the responsibility, walked away from it. So he has always known that she's out there, which is the sad part. He's not a man. He's a fucking mouse. And so just recently I happened to go out there and troll his Facebook page again, and I see that his mother, who wasn't in contact with my sister and sent gifts and stuff like that and do whatever she could, had passed away, and he inherited some money. He's standing there bragging his great big Jeep and all this other stuff, but he always was able to escape getting money taken out of his paychecks. He was able to beat the system, which tells you again he's a low life mother. All right. And so he knew how to get around it. And I'm sure that there's other families out there that can relate to this. You can't understand how people can be like that. My husband said to me, people change, they change. So I said, all right, well, I told my niece, she with her boyfriend Ryan, and Ryan said, well, you know about your dad, and if you're really going to need one, maybe he could help with the kidney or what have you. And I did ask him, and he had backed away the first time. So my niece was talking to me, and I said, Dominique, I will back off of this, but I'm going to reach out to him again. I sent him the GoFundMe page, and it was just crickets all the way around. And my husband said, people do change. And so this was on Saturday. I think I had done this, heard nothing back again. And, it just behooves me, first of all, besides karma, and my generation does believe in it, is a son of a bitch, right? And so I wanted to kind of share that information out there because there are a lot of scumbags out there. And, we talk about being in the light and everything else. I have a hard time letting this go. And I hate to say that I picked up the torch for when my sister was going after him and failing each and every time. But at some point, you have to take a look at your life. And it's almost like, they say when you die, you get a preview of your life and the ones you hurt and didn't hurt. Well, I'm trying to help him out before he gets to that point and then basically I ended it by saying, here's her blood type, here's her GoFundMe, and have mercy on her soul. For God's sakes, you can go around and get women pregnant and then walk away from it. There's a lot of men out there, and then there's a lot of men who are not. So it's just bullshit. I'm done. I'm off my soapbox. I'm done.
It's disgusting, for sure. But I know all about that in different ways. I mean, I hit the bottom in New York, and not one of my family members that could have helped me did. And the ones that didn't have the means to did other things to help me. But karma's a bitch, and it does come around.
I can relate. I just did the video last week, kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
It was, I'll post like all different things online, and a lot of the time I get DM'd with like a lot of mean shit. And after a while, I'm like, enough. And then when I start getting other replies and it's different, I just get the feeling and I just go with the flow. It's like, okay, I have to speak on this. So kind of like what you were just expressing too, I like vented out. I really vented out, but I just relived an experience. So I was like getting into it a little too much. But as much, this is what I always say too. Yeah, love and light. But just because I'm spiritual doesn't mean I'm not human either. I don't give a flying F with like certain cases and stuff. And like what was done with the person I lost was totally wrong. It should have never been. And what I did with that, I actually saved someone's life because I posted on Telegram the information that I gathered for the attorney, the doctor, and the person got back to me and actually followed through with that. And they were able to be saved because what stopped me was, unfortunately, her son was proxy. He was a nurse and stopped me all the way from all the way to the end. So I can relate in a different way.
Yeah. You get to a point that, like we're all kind and we're nice and we don't want to say anything, don't want to upset the apple cart. But you get to the point, especially me, I'm older now. I don't care. I really don't care. It's just one of those things. What will come out of it, I have no idea. I'm not trying to control the situation. I'm putting the energies out there. If this MFer can basically go through life with no conscience, I'm going to continue to make it conscious for him. And we may not ever be able. My niece basically said, Auntie, she said, if he was the same and wanted to give me a kidney, I could not have a relationship with him. But I'm thinking, if you're taking his kidney, it is somewhat of a relationship. I didn't want to say that to her, but in essence. It is. I've seen a lot of, when I was younger, I've seen a lot of men that would, basically get one of their girlfriends pregnant. They never walked away. They may not have gotten married, but they just didn't literally financially walk away. Is it about the financial? In my sister's case, it was, because she was always poor, and but I tried to help by letting Dominique know that whatever she needed, whatever book, whatever it was, and I provided. And my sister would always say, stop doing that, stop doing that. My mother helped, my other sisters helped, right? We do that. That's what, it's family. If I have a lot of bread, I'm going to share my bread with you, because overindulging in something is not how I see my life, or walking away from something, whatever it might be. But if somebody out there really is in the same kind of situation, whether it is a grandchild or something like that, there's people that are hurting across the board throughout this world right now. And the last thing, after all the shit that everybody has gone through, the last thing that you want to do is continue to ignore something. I don't know. I would think that we're supposed to be walking towards being better human beings, or being spiritual beings, having a human experience, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But not everybody's going to make it that way. And we have to learn how to rise above it. And they're going to go over there. And all of us lovely souls are going to come over here. And that's the divide. And that's what's happening right now. We're being divided. The wheat is being plucked from the chaff. And it's the truth, though.
Yeah.
That's the sad part, and that's hard for a lot of people to reconcile when it's family, it's friends that you've known forever, and you're just not on the same frequency as them anymore. And it's really tough to detach. Well, are they serving me? Are they doing anything to help me and support me? And that doesn't mean that you need something right then and there. It's just energy exchange and frequency. If you're not with somebody and on the same level, the bandwidth at least is huge. We roller coaster, everybody does. But if you're not up here and they're all the way over there, bye. You're just gonna, it's like a high school reunion. When do you really see those people? Only once in a blue moon. They're over there living their life. You're doing yours.
We always talk about, and this is like probably a good way to segue in there. And I know you're going to have a lot of information, both of you do, the A team here, as we talk about soul contracts, right? We have family contracts that we are, and then we have external ones.
Yeah.
And external ones come in to teach us. Sometimes they're there a very short period of time. Apparently, I'm not letting this particular situation, because it's my godchild that's so near and dear. That energy is very strong with me. But I want to ask you guys your opinion on these soul contracts that are external. Like an external would be a husband, right? That's coming into a family, or a wife that comes into a family. And then the two families merge together. But these are external. I call them external soul contracts that come in. That either we're teaching them a lesson or they're teaching us a lesson. What do you think, Alley Cat?
It's both. We sign these people up in our lives to be catalysts, to learn and to grow. And it's hard, for sure. But I had to learn really quickly in my life that people come in for a season or they stay a lifetime. And it's up to them to recognize the learning teachings that I'm giving on them and imparting on them. And the same with me. I have to learn from them too. It's a two-way street.
Yeah. Arnie, what do you think?
You're not alive.
Yeah, kind of the same. It's everyone that comes into your life, it could be just even a passing by on the street or whatever, and that person will trigger something in your mind that will make you do something. That could be their contract to you. It could be anything, really. Whereas like maybe in this lifetime, I know you online, in my next lifetime, you could be my sister. Because we're all a soul family. We're all one coming together. And so basically, I'm here to teach you this. You're here to teach me this. Or I'm here, okay, this time I'm going to experience these feelings from this end this time, where you experienced them last time. And we're going to switch roles. So it's all about learning, growing. A lot of the things we may not like, but we chose the experience.
Exactly. And it's interesting, Lori's puts out their prayer warrior, don't mess with the tigers. In Chinese astrology, I'm the tiger. And then whatever it is, many years later, my niece was born into the same Chinese astrology of being a tiger. We're both tigers. So I have taught her a lot about determination and, alternative stuff and stuff like that. And she kind of got away from it a little bit. But just the other day, she was talking to me. She said to me, it was so funny. She said, Anthony, when I was little, what are those little white pills you gave me? And I had to think about it. And I go, oh, honey, that was homeopathy. They weren't pills. And she said, you remember the little tablets of homeopathy? I can't remember the kit that it came in, but she knew that whenever she wasn't feeling really good, I'd look it up. I'd look up in a book and I'd look up the symptoms or whatever it is. And so she kind of got away from it all. And when she became an adult, and now with all of this going on, I know that she's going through another spiritual journey right now, as we all are, right? And we've worked so hard to get to this point, and we're continuously helping people. And I tend to forget that a lot of people don't, take in the aspect of her spiritual journey is also stuff like homeopathy and herbs. And it's a whole combination of things that I hope one day, and I would love to come back after my body expires and come back and be a teacher in the schools to teach them all of this stuff, right? I've been saying it for so long, so maybe that's what I will do. When they're little kids, teach them about chakras, teach them about energy. They can feel the energy, right? We talk about our pets doing it and so on and so forth, but I think a lot more people are waking up, and I truly do believe that. I'm seeing people that I would never, comedians talk about them. More and more comedians are awake. Have you guys noticed that? Jim Brewer.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was just going to say his name.
That's my boy. He's from here. He's Valley Stream. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he just did a story about, if you guys didn't catch it, look it up on YouTube, when he met Ozzy Osbourne. And it's pretty cool. I'll kind of cut to the chase there, but he's basically was talking about he would watch the Osbournes, when they were doing their reality TV. And there was one where I think Jack wants to go put a VHS movie into the player, and Sharon comes along and says, "You cannot watch that. That is something you can't watch." No, and she grabs it and takes it. And so Jim Brewer is talking about he's going out to California. He's supposed to get a flight out there. There was no flights, and they asked him, "Would you mind coming out?" It was MTV or something tied to MTV, and said, "Would you mind coming out on a private jet? We'll come and get you and your wife." They said, "Yeah." They get on the plane. They're waiting for it, and he doesn't know why they're being delayed. Well, it turns out it's Ozzy Osbourne's plane that, MTV probably gave him a damn jet, right? So they sitting in the back, and Ozzy comes on there with, is it Kelly? The daughter is Kelly?
Yeah.
Comes on there, and they're flying and stuff like that, and he's all excited. He doesn't want to bother them. They're at the front of the plane. He tells his wife, Jim Brewer, says, "Let's go sit by the toilets," because they're going to have to go at one point, right? And so he says after that, Kelly comes along and sits down next to him and says, "Hi, we know you're Jim Brewer," and stuff like that. "How are you doing?" And he's saying, I'm a big fan and all this stuff, right? He's just oozing stuff all over the place. And then she looked at him and she says, "Have you ever watched our show?" And he's like, "Yes, definitely. I've watched your reality show." And she says, "Do you remember that one where my mom would not," she said Sharon, "would not let Jack watch this movie?" He says, "Yeah, because in the beginning," he says, "I always wanted to know, what was that movie?" It turned out it was the movie that he made, Jim Brewer made. What is it about him getting high all the time? Half-Baked. Half-Baked. Yeah, and he goes, "Are you kidding me? You took that away?" Because Ozzy was stoned all the time, didn't want Jack going down that route, and that was the movie. And he just said, what are the coincidences of all of this? He's talking about God in a much bigger picture, right? And he was so elated. So if you guys get a chance, get out there, because he's doing it the Jim Brewer way of telling stories, you know, where he's like all over the place. But it's an excellent story. But he's connecting the, I don't want to say it's a religious way, it's a more spiritual way. But I'm seeing him, Rob Schneider, all these guys that, you know, are just waking up to the spiritual things. And we've been doing it for a long time, but it's good that Spirit is taking it up a notch where it's out there now. It is out there.
Yep.
That's for sure. I mean, if we did not watch Jim Brewer's annihilating of COVID, I don't know what will do it for people. That was one of the funniest stand-ups I've ever watched. Died.
Especially when he's doing the seal.
I like
How
when he
about
does the governors
man?
and the parrot.
Yeah.
The Goat Man is really funny too. I stopped kind of watching Saturday Night Live when he came around, but yeah, it's amazing. It's so good to see that we are all hitting the same plateau that where we have been for so long. Yeah, so this is an exciting time to be alive, and it's also the flip side of it is very I don't know, bipolar, I guess, right? I don't know how else to say it.
No, you hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah. You know, this whole thing, you know, I know that you can feel my blood boiling when I talk about certain stuff with my niece and stuff like that. And it's just that, like Arnie says, at some point, we're still human. We still, if my mother was alive, my mother would, I could just hear her, just leave it alone. Let it be. Don't go there. I'm like, Mom's not alive. I don't have to check in with anybody. And I'm going to go do what I want to do. But I pray. I do pray on it. I do. So this is all really good. What do you guys want to do readings for anybody out there, or where are you at with anything today?
Whatever you guys want to do, I'm down.
You guys do the readings. I don't have glasses. I can't see the cards.
Let me see. I'm just jumping over to Rumble. If you guys want to talk about anything here, trying to see what's going on out there.
Two people in Rumble Land.
Yeah, it's our other co-host.
Yep.
We have a few people out there. I see 22 are out there watching. Come on, Rumble Rants. Maybe they are waiting for the readings. I enjoy doing the readings for the people. I know Allie does too, but let's see here.
Who hid your glasses, Arnie?
I use reading glasses.
Here you go. These are reading glasses. Can you get them? Can you get them? These are my reading glasses too.
I need readers. I have them. They're too strong. I need like the least, and they don't make them. Sucks.
Text me what your reading vision is, and I'll bet you I can find them.
I have no idea, to be honest. I haven't gone to an optometrist, but one eye is worse than the other, so it throws off when I'm reading.
Yeah,
it throws everything off because it's just the one eye.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm sitting there like this, because of the one eye. I just ordered some magnesium because that's for my blood pressure, and I know that my blood pressure has been always really super sky high, probably since this weekend too, but it affects my eyes big time. So, is there anybody out there that would care for a reading? Just let us know. Just put in there, pick me, and we'll do what we can do. But other than that, Arnie, I saw a posting out on Facebook. You were calling together some other spiritual people, I believe. Was that yours? Where you were asking people to get together?
No.
Oh, it wasn't you. Okay. I happen to find a group down here, and Arnie, I said to you on one of your postings that you were going to like a psychic fair, psychic show. And I said they don't have those here because I'm down in the middle of this Bible Belt. And then last weekend I saw someone was promoting aura pictures at a coffee shop, and just last Saturday, and I couldn't attend it because I was doing something else. They were calling all these psychics together, and I wanted to go do like a meet and greet and let them know if you want someone to do Akashic readings, I'd be glad to do that. So it brought it to my awareness. So I love it that it's actually happening down here, but I'm hoping, and I'm going to put it out there, that I run into this again because I would love to do that down here. I've been wanting to do it. So yeah, let's see here. Scott says, I'll take another reading.
He's been having some insane visuals going on in the sky, seeing white dragons and the white phoenix.
I know he's very, very spiritual. Every time I pull cards on him, I see it. All right, we first one up is Scott. Where is Ashmeyer located?
Ireland.
Oh, she is.
Yes, and she has a lot of fairy activity in her house.
I did not know that. I always put Ashmeyer and you together. I thought maybe she lived near you or something.
No. I'm sure we're bonded soul sisters in Ireland in my past life. I definitely.
So Ashmeyer, I want to tell you the story before she pulls those cards. I always called her my spiritual teacher was Carolyn Mace, M-Y-S-S is pronounced Mace. You can't miss her. She's all over YouTube. She's probably pushing 75, 80 now. I don't know. But she used to go to Ireland all the time. She traveled the world doing this stuff. And she would always be able to see those little fairies every time she would go there. She would tell stories about it. And I'm just like, God, there's certain people, and I think Arnie even talked about it. If you want to be able to see it, you put the intention out there, right, Arnie? If you want to see something, you'll see it. Yeah. I don't know. It's too hot for me to go outside to see if I can see any fairies out there. I'm telling you, they're probably in the pool. Maybe I need to look in the pool because it's 105 here today. Hey, maybe we can get Joey G a reading too, Al. You could do him next. Go for it.
A message is trying to reach you. Be vigilant. The spirit world wishes to find and touch you. There's your visions, Mr. Pace. And it's a time for a change. Don't wait or put off decisions any longer. And then we have awaken the magic of your creativity. Immerse yourself in the world of feelings.
Okay, now when you look at that card and now you're reading his energy, if you pull that card and his energy together, what are you getting?
He has to get out of his head. And he just has to do, and like I've been talking about with myself, in order for change to happen, you just have to spontaneously do something you don't normally do every day. Change something up in your day to shift your energy. So it's like, if you want to take a shower, your normal schedule is taking a shower in the morning, switch it to night. Stupid little things like that will change and shift your energy field. And there is a mystery going on, and there is sensitized. So you're in an energy space that you don't know what those messages are just yet, but you're going to receive them because spirit is trying to reach out to you. And the last one I have is the time for romance has come. So maybe you might be focusing on something. You're not seeing that someone's trying to get your attention.
I got that the last 2 times, and I didn't put it out there. I held back because I didn't know if he was married or not. So I definitely saw that in there. I'm going to pull a couple here on my end too. Arnie, you can't see your cards, right? Is that correct?
I can see them, but I can't read them.
Okay. All right. No problem. That's good. All right.
No.
So let's see what. Oh, look at this. Speaking of this woman is just popped up. It was the first thing. The Queen of Roses for him. You know, he's got something going on there. Definitely has something going on there for him. So when the Queen of Roses, and things are definitely. Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to say here. So Scott, I'm going to ask. Is Scott right? It is for Scott Pace. All right, so he, you know, apparently he thinks that things are up in the air right now, and you know, I kind of feel like he knows who this person is. If he's hanging on to something for some reason, he really doesn't want to let go of what's very important and valuable to him right now. But all that I can say is once he actually decides just to give a little bit of himself away, his wishes will be fulfilled. And I don't know if it's more in the romance area, but it's almost, it'll take him in a completely different path. And I think, honestly, when I sense his energy, that is what I'm thinking is that he knows once it happens, he's going to go down a totally different path with it. And it's okay. Change is good. And you can control the amount of change that you're going through. But just look at it this way. It's going to be worth the journey. It really is. Okay. Anybody else want one? Did I miss anybody, Lori's?
Joey G.
Oh, you go for Joey G. I got to see what you get. Even if Joey's not here, he can get it later.
Yeah. The first card I pulled.
It's not a cannoli, is it?
No. Release your inner rebel. Be yourself and create your own universe. I'm not joking. Like Joey, release your inner rebel.
And don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up. Tear down the walls around your heart. Give and receive security and warmth. It's time for a change. Don't wait or put off decisions any longer. I think this is like going to be a collective theme. I noticed that when it there's repetitiveness going on. A difficult path is being revealed. Ask for help and learn that we are all connected. And I'll pull from my other deck. I'm using the Astro cards today because retrograde is kicking my butt. My phone is probably fried. Yay. So if anybody out there is trying to reach me, good luck.
Yeah, sure. She's got a boyfriend there with her, and she's just turning off all the devices.
No.
That's like really bad Joe Pesci. Yeah.
So there is a opposition happening in your life. There's a confrontation of some sort you're going to confront. And then investigate, which you're really good at anyway. Mr. Scorpio over here.
All right. Are you there? Are you done?
Yeah.
Joey G and Buck and Ashley are like my kids, but I think Arnie is more my age. I don't know. All right. So, Joey G, you have he's been in a lot of think about a lot of stuff. And actually, Joey, this is what I'm getting here. There's I know that you got a trip coming up because you haven't announced that, but there's something about this particular trip. I think it's really going to let you know that something is done and over with, and almost it's at a karmic perspective, if you will. And it'll be at the end of this trip. So I don't know if it's something that you're going to heal while you're traveling at this particular time. So certain information is probably coming to you if it hasn't already. But that's really what I'm getting on here for you. And it almost seems like how do I put this? A lot of times, there are people out there that work really hard to try to get somewhere. And I don't know if this has anything to do with Joey right now, but it's almost like he's I don't know, maybe he's always trying to please everybody all the time. And he's going to realize that that's not going to work in his favor anymore. And it's very ancestral. So Joey, I'm not sure if you actually have relatives over in Italy, but there's going to be something that will change you for the best moving forward, whether it's with an ancestor or something you find out about an ancestor. You're going back to the homeland, if you will. I know that you were born here in the United States, but there's something about this very old energy that everything will be healed for you. And it's almost as like it's a big burden that's going to be taken off of you with the information and how it comes to you. I hope that helps you. All right, I'm looking at Rumble. Anybody out there on Rumble would like a reading? Just put something out there.
Buckshot.
Am I? I'm sorry. I got something that is out on Rumble. I don't know if it's a big delay or if we're right on top. You want to do one for Buck? I did one last week if you want to do it.
They will. I do. What's upstairs?
Buck is saying, I see it. I'll take a reading or a collective reading. Come on, people. Hit him between the eyes there.
Yeah, my soul brother in Staten Island land over there.
All right. What are all the islands where you guys are at? I got to get this straight in my
Staten
head.
Island is a borough. It's a part of the 5 boroughs. Long Island is its own little entity over there.
Where are all the Italian people?
Both. Staten Island and Long Island.
Because when I listen to Jim Brewer, he's always talking about, he almost seems like he's Italian, but he's German with the last name and everything like that. So he must have hung around with a lot of them.
I did. That's all I grew up around.
So from my perspective, and I just want to say this, it looks like Rumble is about 5 minutes behind us, unless it's my internet. So that's why we're not seeing anything out there.
So, Buck, rise above the dark days of life. Do not fright them. Be having faith that the light will always return. Because it's time for a change. Do not wait or put off decisions any longer. And I'm shuffling these cards, by the way. A light-filled angel is at your side. It watches over you at every dark doorway. So if you're seeing stuff, Buck, you tell us. Live playfully and with a light heart. And that's he does all the time. Listen to the voice of your inner child. Like I said, I think changes are happening for a lot of us. I know for myself. I'm at my death state before the phoenix rises. I'm still burning. I'm purging.
All right.
People are too.
I'm sorry. Were you still doing him?
I'll pull one. You have to send it. You have an invitation. So if you have an invitation, take it.
Ooh. You don't want to know what my thoughts were on that one. Buck, don't do it.
Well, have structure too. You got Saturn. Structure yourself if you go out.
Okay. I'm just seeing a lot of good energy around Buck right now. And okay, Buck, really short, sweet message here from me to you is that when you're helping people in these counseling things, call upon these other energies that are around you. You don't see them, but you've got them. And it's a really good thing. So before you speak, maybe just ask for a little guidance with that to help teach you, and you'll pull the energy in. What is that you got?
The light-filled angels at your side. So you just have to call the angels in.
Yeah. All right, so we've got, this is Monday, July 28th. We're doing some readings for you guys. If you want them, anybody out, Rumble, you're more than welcome. I can also even tap into the chakra energy to see what's going on with you. If everybody's feeling okay, not feeling okay, whatever it might be, I'll be glad to help you guys out. And that's where we stand. So right now, I'm going to pull a card or two to the co-host, to, I guess it's Allie's left.
He went upstairs to get me super glue. He's trying to fix my phone. He'll be right back.
Super glue?
My phone is like, it's a SIM card and it's not working. So like I can use when I'm home, I can use the phone, but if I go out, I can't. So that's not a good situation. Because if something happens, I need to be able to call out.
Yeah, Buck, let me just answer that for you. He says, I see him, but he says, yeah, I don't see him yet, but I feel him. So you are seeing him in your third eye. So that's fantastic. And you seem to be getting really, really good at it. That's what I was it was just so many of them. All right, let's see.
Most people, I don't see them anymore. I used to see them, but I feel them more now than seeing.
All right, we have Ashmeyer who wants I'll pull a card for Ashmeyer, if I'm saying it right. And then you can pull one. I'm just going to pull one here. Oh. Come on, Ashmeyer. I think you know the path. What's the concern here? So you're still pondering on something. Now I got to pull two. All right. All that I'm going to say, Ashmeyer, is that you have to learn how to tell your ego to get beside you, behind you, whatever it is, to let you come forward. It's almost like I want to say to you, it's going to be like, it's going to be very routine that you're going to have to do this throughout the day. All right. So when you start questioning yourself, it's not the true self. I don't know how else to say this. So this message goes for a lot of people right now, because we all have been working in the ego. But I think a lot of us have learned to tell it, move aside, let me come through. And that way you're then connecting to be able to get your answers. So I'm seeing this uncertainty, especially today. What's up with that? And so in the ending here that I'll just end this with is that you do finally make the connection, and you're going to be happy with it. There's basically what they're showing me is that this particular energy is an older man. It's in spirit, by the way. It's older spirit, red robe. When I see that, it just means it's somebody with of a higher entity, I guess. I don't know how else to say this, but it's there. There you go. What do you got, Kelly?
Release your creative energies, make use of them in your life, and you have to investigate what it is you want to stick in your life.
Yeah.
So I know Ashmai is very creative, but there might be some untapped potential that is hiding in there. That might be why she feels blocked.
Let's see what we get here in the. Just going to pull one more. I don't see anybody out on Rumble, and I know it is delayed. But Rumble sucks. It has been lately. Unless it was blocking me from uploading a lot of political videos, it wouldn't allow me to do it. I think they're censoring now. All right, so the actual solar plex chakra, Ashmeyer. I don't know if that one came up for you the last time, but my goodness, you do belong. You definitely do belong. So, if Ashmeyer, if you wanted to put this in the chat there, what is the one thing that you think that you're telling yourself that's no longer serving you, and just remove that. It just asks for the programming to be changed. Because you're like I said before, you're very, very spiritual, very powerful, and it's not necessarily for a business at this point. I don't think it's for a particular business, a thing to do. It's more for you, your soul, your spirit. Oh, there you go. There you go. Patriotic, okay. The patriot, all right. Arnie, what do you got? Anything?
I'm trying to see the screen.
To say
I
anything?
can see the change on the bottom. I'm trying to see the names of that. This sucks.
Yeah.
Well, I know where I'm going after this. I'm going to CVS. So.
Yeah.
It
So,
sucks. It really does.
Getting up close is like bad.
Like, I have nearsightedness in this eye, so like I could see really good far, but like anything up close, it's like, hey, God. Like I'm sitting and reading something, and like I can't do fonts. Like if something has italics in a certain way, I'm like, what? Like what's going on? It's annoying.
So if anybody out there knows about numerology, this year 2025 is a very powerful month. We've only got 6 more months of it left. If you want to rewrite a pattern to shape your life, this is the year to do it. So I just happened to find someone out here that put a really cool video out there. The problem is StreamYard sucks with sound, and I'm seeing that when I replay my videos, you can't hear anything that's being played because StreamYard is now owned by Google. So, so basically, this year won't be repeated from what I'm seeing right now. And so, if you want to really understand the spiritual connections that you have with other people, what's going on in your subconscious, this is the year to do it. You've got 6 months left to really work this through, because I don't think it's going to be around until like 2116 again, the energies of this year.
Yeah. All the cards collectively are saying change. We're all supposed to like get it out, get the purge out, get the old self out, get it out. However you want to do it. And as much the spiritual community will say, well, don't do that because you're not going to manifest good. But if that stuck energy is in you, you're not getting it out. It's blocking what you want manifested. So you get it out, release it, let it go, say, thank you. It served you at some point. Let the old self go. And that's the process I'm dying in. I'm trying to reframe my mindset. I'm reframing how I approach things. It's a lot of work, and it's not easy.
And you're not alone.
No.
Look at the Schumann. Each day, look at the changes, right? Time is collapsing. And with this, everything is speeding up. all the energies being thrown at us have been controlled, because if we would have been blasted with all these energies at once, our bodies wouldn't be able to take it. Our bodies are changing, our DNA is changing now to the point where these can be accelerated more. So that's what I'm saying. These changes are going to keep happening, and things are going to escalate. There's going to be, you got to remember too that the planet is also ascending and also going through this. So there will be little things that happen, but if you violet flame kind of like that, or send out the positive vibe and keep raising the vibration, it will assist in lowering anything that would happen.
It's true.
But yeah, everything's going to start changing more and more. And it's going to be for the better.
Okay, just so I can reiterate this for Rumble people out there, because there's such a big delay, we don't need to know the question. We'll just see your name out there that you are logged in with, and then we'll just kind of go through and pick some cards for you. Because, we're getting to this point in our life that, our energies, our thoughts, our processes, everything that we're going through, it's going to be obvious. We don't really need the cards to do that. They're just an aid and a tool to do it, but we kind of tap in. Allie pulls a card because, she's going through it and she's saying your name, and then they're providing a layout of the different things. I'll look at something and try to pick up the energy off of you. So if you want a reading on a person, place, or thing, you're somebody else, your child. I kind of want to stay away from children at this point. And just let you know, everything is becoming, I guess what the word is, what I'm trying to say is that everything is, we're able to see everything as much as we can. We're seeing, even the little towns that I live in that are around me, they are just scooping up people. They're finding children. It's just, this stuff is happening. There's so much going on. You talk about spiritual, you talk about political, geopolitical, you talk about whatever it might be. And if any of you want to laugh at something, go out and take a look at the last 3 or 4 days of where Trump has been. He's been in Scotland. He's been in Philadelphia. He's been at the White House. He's been all over the place. How can this man do this? Everybody says he's the hardest working man out there. Really think about that. Really think about it. How can he be in so many places at the same time? Okay, maybe 24 hours will go back. He's got one hell of a jet that can fly his ass back from Scotland to the United States, or UK. I think he even stopped over in. But I'm just saying that, we can be in many places at the same time with our energy. If there's something that's really gnawing at you, and that information will float to the top, and that's what we get at this point. Lori is saying entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research. A message for Arnie: Dollar Tree sells readers for all eyeballs.
That's where I got them from. That's why I said CVS, because they break so easily.
Yeah. So, okay, let's see here. I guess we don't have anybody out on Rumble. Anybody else in? I really don't know when is a good time to do these. I really don't, because sometimes I get at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I get a whole bunch of people on here. Mornings I'll get a whole bunch of people, and then noon it varies. It's you never know. Ashmeyer's talking about it. I heard he got a great turnout at the arrival at the airport. I think he talked about not letting in, closing borders there, and they were all excited about to hear that, and they are finding out how it's working for us. Ashmeyer says it's 7 o'clock there for her right now.
Do you want to see what a man does? This is from his garden.
Oh, that is beautiful. What kind of flower is that?
Which one?
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus.
I thought so.
You're a trip.
What happened to the bottom part of it?
He plucked it out. He gave me flowers. I don't ever get flowers from anybody, so he got this from his garden.
All the neighbors next to him, check your flower garden. All right, is he in the room? Because I want to pull a card.
Yes, he is.
And this is only his energy without yours.
Yes.
I'm ready.
Let me see what I get. I'm purposely not saying his name, so just so you know that. I keep it a little bit private.
All right. I don't mind.
Marine.
If this reading comes out really good, someone's going to snatch you. You do mine. All right, let's see what we get here. This is just his energy. All right, so, boy, this card is popping up all day today for everybody here. This is interesting. I love it when that happens. There's always one card for most of these readers, and I shuffle them. Okay, so there is something very near and dear to him. He hasn't quite yet. He's working on it right now. Something very near and dear. It's kind of on the shadow side of things. And my goodness, this is just blowing my mind. Yeah, he is very, very spiritual in his own way. So, you know, I want to say to you that you're pondering a lot about a particular way to go, and you know, you are getting the guidance to do that, and not to worry too much, because you know it's almost like anybody else. There's always 2 or 3 things that we want to do, and we're not really sure which way to go. And you're going to know very shortly. It's going to benefit you in a long run. Not quite sure what it is that you know, if you're on a particular path right now and you want to jump paths, but yeah, so it's not quite clear. You can't quite see it yet. Give it a little bit of time, and I think that you're well aware of that, because you know what they're showing me is how spiritual you are in your own ways, and you are definitely setting the course right now. So that is all good news for you, whatever it might be. And let me just kind of pull the chakra to see. When I pull chakras, I'm not saying whether it needs work or doesn't need work. It's just that this is what they want for me to see right now. And it is definitely your crown chakra. So all the energy's there. And it's basically, again, it's opening up your intelligence and your spirituality at the same time, being able to meld those two together. So it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like people say, well, if I only had a sign, somebody gave me a sign so that I could see something. In actuality, it's not a literal sign that drops down and says, go this way or go that way. It's a spiritual sign. And those signs, I think you have been getting, but maybe you're not paying as much attention to it. In other words, you're not trusting the energies right now, but you're going to get there. That's what I have. Oh, Barbara. Barbara says, pull one for me.
You got intuition.
Okay. Thank you for that.
I don't know if you heard him. He said thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes,
You're welcome, young man.
appreciate it.
He's older than me. He got 5 years on me.
What? He didn't look that old.
For this one.
He's a young man.
Right? I feel great.
I feel good. All right, so I'm going to pull a card. You can't pull cards on him there.
No, I'm not pulling cards on him. I'm doing
Okay.
Barbara.
You're too close to the energies. So okay, so the first one I'm going to pull for Barbara. How are you, Barbara? How are you doing? I always see you in Alley Cat's chats out there. Want to say welcome to you. Let's see. The first one I'm going to get for Barbara is okay. Another one that's trying to figure out how to birth something at this point in time, and it's all good. It is all good. It's kind of like, I think, Arnie, you could agree with me on this one because I know you don't have the cards, but I want to include this with you. I'm seeing this a lot of people, paths, rebirthing, changes. What do you say to that?
Yeah, everybody's waking up more and more, and they're changing the direction of their lives and what they're doing, what they're feeling.
Yeah. So why is it right now? Do you know? Was there a big shift? I think Allie showed that chart there. You know what? I felt the shift last night. I don't know if anybody else did.
Just over the past 3 weeks, a lot. Big changes. Big
All right.
motion.
Barbara, just to finish you up with this, is Archangel Michael is coming in with a message for you, and that is a message of number 9. So you could basically take that, and you know what 9 is: change. Boom. I don't make this stuff up. Okay, and then also too, it's a certain commitment that it's for yourself. It's not for anybody else, Barbara. It's strictly for yourself, because that commitment comes with a number 1, which I look at as like self. Basically, you know what? It's kind of like they're showing me it's one of the roses, which is for yourself, the relationship with yourself. And people will say, what kind of relationship are you going to have with yourself? Yeah, believe it or not, there's a lot of people that will say negative stuff in their head about themselves. Oh, I was so stupid. I shouldn't have done that. Or, why did I do that? But with Barbara, I'm going to just say it's a little bit more of things that maybe happened in the past. It's not a total reflection of something, but it's almost as if it happens in the present. So somebody comes up to you and says something to you, and you say something back to them, and then you kind of wish that you didn't say it. It wouldn't have been anything negative, but maybe you're just picking up the energies of that particular person, and it wasn't a bad thing. So maybe just be a little more gentle with yourself. And I'd have to end it by saying that is your ego to keep you stuck, so that people really don't. It's not really happening that way. It's kind of like an illusion, if that makes any sense, Barbara. And so in the end, you just become this one beautiful person that can feel very okay to say one thing to one person, say something to somebody else, and not have it affect you emotionally. I don't know, Barbara. Barbara, let me know how I did. Go for it.
She's experiencing a spiritual blossoming. Take a new direction and be open to new experiences. And nature is calling you. It wants to touch, fulfill, and protect you with its healing energies. And you have to cultivate that. You have to ground yourself in that. Like Janine did say, and these cards are really speaking to taking care of yourself. Doing for yourself.
Taking care of business every day. Yes, people, I have this little music box in my head, and it's the songs from the 80s.
Another little trick that everybody should try, and I really recommend doing this. Go in front of a mirror, look directly in the mirror, and say to the mirror, I love you. You are more than enough. You are worthy, and mean it. And repeat that over and over.
I knew this one person one time that avoided mirrors. There was something that they really didn't like about themselves, and it was one of the most beautiful souls that I ever met, and was just very tough on himself. It's interesting that, especially coming from the children, when a child loses, Allie could probably talk about this. When you're small and you lose a parent, there's some part of you that blames yourself. In it. I just wish that when this does happen, like when the kids are in school and they find out they lose a mom or a dad or something like that, they pull them aside and have some sort of counseling available for them, or would be able to spot the signs and be able to see these shift in these energies. And I know that's what happened with this particular gentleman, is he did lose his mother when he was quite young, and he did blame himself. Those are the type of things that, of course, you can't change anybody's journey and anybody's way of learning anything. That was the contract between the mother and the son. But all that I'm saying is that those things, the older that you get to, they still stay with you. And that's why Arnie is saying, look in the mirror, because you will have a huge shift once you tell yourself that you love yourself.
Mhm. And believe it. Live it. Feel it. Don't just say it. You got to feel it.
Yeah. All right, Lori's was saying the song I was singing was Bachman Turner Overdrive, and you get a free reading for getting that one. That was my favorite band. Anybody else? No. All right, how about Ozzy? Which one of your Ozzy songs? Okay, I made a statement, I think it was with Alley Cat, that said I didn't really pay attention to Black Sabbath. I knew so many songs. Me and my husband were going, holy shit, we forgot about all these songs. And half of them I didn't even realize that he made. Oh, my God. So what did we do? We spent all weekend watching videos that are all over the place about Ozzy Osbourne and Black Sabbath. And, oh, my goodness. And Randy Rhoads, what a guitar player, huh?
Yeah.
Now, let's put our tinfoil hats on about Randy Rhoads. If you don't know who he is, you guys go out there and look this up. He was almost like a walking angel that came in and saved Ozzy Osbourne when Black Sabbath fired him. And then he was on a tour bus traveling from cross country to get to his next gig. And then somebody took him up on a plane. They happened to stop at someone who had multiple little mini planes out there and took him up there, and the plane crashed and he died. I instantly said it was planned. I don't know if anybody is listening to this right now and knows of this particular story out there, but I actually thought that someone took him out because this guy that was flying the plane took up different groups of people, but he specifically asked for Randy Rhoads and the manager to go up in the last flight. I don't know. Maybe I'm talking out of my butt. Monkey butt.
What did you think about Stevie Ray Vaughan?
25.
Okay. If it would have been 27 or 33, I would have thought something different. All right.
Oh, wait. He was 22 when he started. So I don't know how long he was with them. I thought he was 25. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me look it up.
Does she know Stevie Ray Vaughan?
What's 27?
It's usually when they make a deal. They'll have, when it's 27, they'll have instant fame, glory, but it's short-lived.
He died at 27.
25.
Okay.
And he died March 19th, 1982. All I could tell you is I thought he was better than Van Halen.
She's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
She could have got shot for that.
Okay, I guess we got nobody out on Rumble unless I don't have this refresh. But Ellie, do you
Ash Maya wants one for her hubby.
for her hubby?
Mhm. Yeah.
Go for it. I'll go after you.
Okay. For Mr. Mark, he's a doll. I love her husband. A difficult path is being revealed. Ask for help and learn that we are all connected. You cast a spell with your existence. Magic flows brightly and radiantly within you, Mr. Mark. Success and happiness are coming. Enjoy and celebrate life. And then we have Mercury messages and sustainability, the sixth house. So the path that is being revealed that might feel difficult, like give it time. Because I mean, you're going to get over it and you're going to have sustainability and it's going to come through spiritual messages.
Okay, Arnie, are you good with time? At Alley Cat, are you good with time?
Mhm.
Okay, I like to always check in with you guys. All right, so the first thing that I'm getting, I'm sorry, were you done, Allie?
Yeah.
Okay. Allie's energy is just so cute today. It's just like, oh, I need to squeeze her little cheeks. Okay, so the first thing that I'm actually seeing is that there's an Akashic field around Mark, if you will, and it's in reference to what I would say the energy that he's actually attracting. Okay, this particular energy, and it's not a bad energy. It's just that he might be getting a little lost in this particular energy. It's almost like it's a whirlwind of energy, which basically means that it's a little bit of chaos for him, I guess, is a good thing, a good way of saying it. So also too is Ashmeyer, I'm not quite sure how old you guys are, but sometimes guys go through these changes of time. It's just like, it's just like if you were somebody that always worked with your hands and you build things, and then all of a sudden you get arthritis and you kind of worry, like, can I still function doing this? Is my time running out? And that's kind of like where what I'm getting with him is that he's worried about this particular timeline, and it's changes that he's going through. Just to get him to relax a little bit. Who is around him is Archangel Michael, because of the forces of this particular energy that he is attracting. And it's just, I wanted to see if it's a good energy. Yeah, it's a very, very positive energy that's around him. And sometimes even positive energies, good energies, being a change, people don't know how to handle that, right? And so that's where I'm kind of going with that one there. But he doesn't have to constantly keep looking to see, if the shoe is going to drop. But in the long run, boy, I will tell you that he's a very, very old soul. He's been through this once before, and I actually think that some of this energy that he's attracting could be some memories. Now, when I say that, is that certain things are coming to him that seem very familiar where they shouldn't seem, and sometimes that's a good energy where some people just can't figure it out. He is showing. They are showing me that there's a somewhat of initiation that's coming up for him, and it's around Saint Germain. So with all this, with I just said to you, it's almost maybe he's coming into his own spirituality more than Arnie. I want you to kind of talk about this a little bit and explain it, because I'm just feeling the energies of it. But sometimes when we're going into our own spirituality of things, that can be kind of scary, but it's a good thing, and people may not know how to handle it. What would you say?
Just believe in you, believe in everything that's coming to you. Have trust and faith in it.
And that's for her husband.
Everything does happen for a reason. There's no coincidences with anything. Just have faith, believe, have trust. And if he's having connections with Saint Germain, is probably something that needs to be worked out and needs to be transmuted energy-wise. So focus on that. Also focus on, it could be anything. It could be your body. It could be things around you. It could be a situation. So focus in on that and try and transmute those energies with the violet flame.
All right. So we're actually doing some readings for him, because it's a really tough time for everybody, and people, going to have certain things that come up in their life, or other people, things are coming up. And Ashmeyer just asked about her husband, and let's see here. We have B. Perry, 920 in Knoxville, Tennessee, checking in. Hello, how are you? Anybody else out there that may say, okay, I've had some readings, but I'm kind of concerned about my so-and-so, somebody outside of them, a certain person, whatever it might be. Oh, Ellie, how did I do for that reading for that person to your left?
Spot on.
You guys want to try me?
Oh my God, I never thought about doing this for Ernie. What up? All right, let's do it. Anybody else out on Rumble? Come on, Rumble. I know you've got a few people out there hanging out there. I see. You can see how many is actually watching us, which is not a lot. All right, so let's see here. All right. Okay, so Archangel Gabriel is probably the one that came into your dream there that helped you with whatever that you were talking about earlier. You definitely are holding a lot of information, a lot of good, they're, Arnie, all that I'm going to say right now with, I don't see this as a record being created, but I'll bet you a lemonade that anytime that if you were called upon to help with any type of peace in this world, you would be the guy to go to. That it's almost as if you're going to do this on an individual level. So it's not going to be so global. As people come into your life there, you have been helping quite a few people find that peace within them in the community that you live in right now. And that's what all of this is all about. It's almost as if they're showing me you doing this kind of work. And Archangel Gabriel was the first one. And I know that you really tie yourself into Saint Germain, but you're helping rebuild a particular community right now. And I don't know what it is that you do in your spare time, but there's also going to be a woman alongside you doing this also. Very loving energy. And that loving energy, along with your energy, is going to start attracting a lot of people. So this is completely different where I thought it was actually going to go. And also too is that you're going to help them teach. You say things like look in the mirror and tell yourself that you love yourself. But I think that the way that it's going to end is you might be holding small little groups of people, and it's going to be really good whether you're bringing the Buddha out in yourself or bringing the Buddha out in them. That's what I have.
A new strategy is required. Find the path to love and happiness. So there might be something in your work you might have to find another strategy for. You cast a spell with your existence. Magic flows brightly and radiantly within you. And you do have a humongous vision with Neptune that now significantly goes into the hearth, which is the home, your community. So spot on, Janine.
Mhm.
Yeah, the chemistry, and I don't see him doing this by himself. And it was almost as if the chemistry of the two. Everybody loves to see a couple work together in spiritual things because it gives them hope, especially when they're not in a relationship. So, Arnie, I'm not telling you that if you don't have anyone in your life, but if there will be someone in there that will fit this picture, whether it's just someone along the line or if there is a significant other, that's the way that it will go. And that's kind of cool because we need that. I wish I could do that here. I couldn't do it with my husband because he's just not that kind of guy. He's he'll go along with me, but he doesn't really say much. He's a man of few words. All he wants to know is what's for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. All right, so let's see here. B Perry 921. I don't know if they want a reading or not. I didn't see that out on Rumble. Just said checking in. I don't know what the checking in means. So
Just saying hi.
okay.
Hi, Bob.
Okay. Let's see. Anybody else out there that just wants, if you got a question on a family member, that was good. Ashmeyer did that. We'll give it to you. Arnie, what'd you think? How'd I do? How we do?
Pretty good. Pretty good. because I'm still indecisive of like how I'm going to keep approaching different things. I know I'm meant to help, and there's a reason why I'm here in New York. It's to help in this area here too. I know it's this
Have
place
you
of healing.
have you utilized Archangel Michael?
Actually, yes, a lot. Because in one of the meditations I did in like a group with someone who was my mentor also, I'm also a Army of Light member now of that too for a while. So that's why even like last night in that dream, it's like blasting out that light. You know, it's taking out the dark.
Oh, I just saw this one here. Yes, he is, Janine, and he had a spiritual experience.
Many.
Wow. I didn't think that. Well, I don't know. I can't. It's so far back. I have the spiritual experiences, I guess, every day, and it's called, it's just seeing. People say coincidences. I call them coinkydings. It's just seeing. It's just seeing how we all fit together, and that just seems so normal to me.
It can be many different ways too. Like I get a lot of this in dream meditation, but after I did that video the other day too, I went outside and right on the mat in front of me is feathers. I never see feathers in my yard. I turn to the right, there's a cardinal on my eagle that takes off. It was like I was getting validation from the person that passed that what I did was good to do. So when I did the video on that, it was like, yeah, glad you did this, and you supported in doing it.
Yeah, that's really good. I think you were teaching me something. So when I was actually viewing this, I woke up before. I don't know how to say this, before the tragedy looked worse. Maybe I could have. You can control your dreams, and I know that you can do this. I was told this when I was a little kid. If you're having a bad dream and a monster is chasing you, turn around, you stop, and you tell the monster to go away. Right? I remember hearing that as a little kid because I used to always have these dreams like that. And I from now on, I think when I'm in those, I'm going to have to, at another level of consciousness, be able to say, what can I do to help this, or like Ellie Cat said, maybe it won't happen now that we're actually talking about it. I have no idea. But all that I can tell you is I know the difference between a dream and what a premonition or whatever it might be. I know those because I wake up and they're so real. Even the one with my mother that I have all the time. I remember just recently saying, "Okay, Mom, I gotta go to Earth School here. I love you, goodbye," and then I wake up. So we do travel, and this does happen, and that's why when you say, that we lost them, they're lost. They're not lost. We forget.
And that's one thing. What you're saying too, like with me, I'll have a dream. It can be vivid as can be. I'll wake up before I get to the book to write it. I can't remember 3/4 of it. This I remember like I was just there, and that's how I know the difference. It's a different feeling. Also,
Yeah, it's just like anything else when we're being called upon to do something. So if we think about Trump, back in the day when he was in New York, and he's building these empires, these Trump Towers or whatever buildings that he was building, and how many times was he being interviewed because of the way he spoke about our country? And it's the same thing that's being said today. We're being taken advantage of. We shouldn't be paying taxes, and so on and so forth. And everyone would say, "Are you going to run for president?" And he would say, "No." But God put him in that place. When we're put into a particular place, we step up. And we take with great honors to do that. And and I'm sure that Trump could have said no at some point, but he didn't. And maybe he was shown things, right? I don't know. Maybe he was looking in his uncle's looking glass or whatever it is that they have out there, time travel, whatever it might have been. I don't know what's true anymore. Maybe Tesla came to him, right?
Well, what feels true? What resonates with you? What feels true?
Oops. Forgot to turn that off, and it says likely a scam. Probably, I don't think it was a scam. I just hung up on him. All right, so let's see what else we have. Anybody else out there? Do you see anything on Rumble? I closed it.
Nope.
Okay, Ashmeyer's been with her husband for 40 years. Congratulations. I don't know how you guys do it. You know, it's funny because I was just watching Sage Steele. She had her parents and she was interviewing them. I don't know if you guys seen that interview. I forget, 54 years or something like that. And her mother made a remark, and they're her mother is white, her father is black, and they talked about going through life. And it doesn't seem like it was that difficult, more probably for the kids. But you start to grow with somebody. You start to meld, right? It's kind of like, I don't know how many times I, said to myself, I don't want to be married anymore, right? You say those things, and I'm done. I want my freedom. I'm out of here. I'm still here, and when I think about where else a lot of people could say, well, I'm going to go live here or go do something else. I can't think of what else it is that I would do. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'm stuck with you. But no, your energy spiritually, your energy start to grow together. It's just when you're with somebody and you care about them so much and you love them, you will put up with anything. And that's the love right there. People want you to describe love. It's different for every situation. Did I miss anything out there, Alley Cat?
Not that I've seen. I got more storms incoming.
Jeez.
Every day.
How many years you down there now? 3 years?
Just about. January will be 3.
Were the other 2 years like this one, or this is just totally different?
It's totally different.
It's being played
Totally.
with. Yeah.
How many years in New York?
39.
Is their cheesecake as good as they claim it to be? Come
Yes.
on.
Yes.
I found
Email me a piece and I'll tell you.
Junior's Cheesecake. You can find it now in a lot of supermarkets. It's one of my favorites.
I would never buy anything that they mass produce because it won't be the same. They did that with Home Run In Pizza out of Chicago, which was really, I remember driving to the places as teenagers. All of our friends would be drunk out of their mind or stoned out of their mind. Pizza, I gotta go get it. And now we order it, and it comes into the stores here. It's frozen. And it used to be this great big pizza. Now you get them like this, right? And you could tell that they're not the same. I keep thinking I'd only go back to Chicago for the food. You guys would only go back to New York for the food, or Arnie's still there, so he's still enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say this. He left, but Maureen found me Ragut.
Where is he? Is he in Indiana also?
Mm-hmm. He's 30 minutes away from me. He lives on the lake.
So it's cannoli time?
I'm excited because up here, I could not find ricotta cheese for the life of me. Even Buckshot was on the search for me, looking at the stores, and we couldn't find it. And he found it, and I'm like, no way. And he bought it for me, and I have it in my fridge right now. It's like, make me, please. Cannoli cream.
Yeah, we have it here, but it's not the best of the best. I don't know what we got here, but I can taste the difference because my birthday every year he makes me a cannoli cake with it and stuff like that. And each year it varies. It depends on the mood that he's in. So I got to be really nice to him up to the first few days before my birthday, because my husband is the baker, and I pretty much do a lot of the cooking. But when he bakes, he really does bake. So we were in the farmer's market actually looking for sourdough starter kit because that's a big process to start a dough. We found it on Saturday, and it was packed with people. I happened to pick up a seeded watermelon off the farm, and boy, was that good compared to the grocery stores that don't have seeds in them. So I started juicing with that and making stuff, and we'll go back there. They're smaller watermelons, but if they're too big, they can't be that good.
Nope.
Save the seeds too. See if I don't know how the climate is where you are, if you're able to grow them.
Oh, down here is perfect for growing those. Yeah.
Try that then.
What is this saying? Arnie, send us all your what?
Send the cannolis.
Eh, drop the gun, but grab the cannolis.
The Godfather.
I really need to turn my phone off.
That's just Spirit verifying that Arnie needs to send canola cream.
Yeah, I've been through upstate New York. That's it. I've never really been to New York.
It's a trip.
You're not missing anything.
There's only a few states that I have not been to. New Mexico and New York. They start out with new, and they're the oldest ever, which blows my mind. But, let's see, what else is anybody else saying out there? So that's all that I got. We're coming up on like a little over an hour and a half. Ellie Cat, what do you got?
A busted phone. I'm so pissed.
What did you do? Just drop it?
No, it's a SIM card. I have to go to the T-Mobile store and see if they'll give me a new one. But if they can't, I'm pretty much off of Wi-Fi, which is not safe when I'm out. I have to go to Jason's to feed his kitties tonight, and I don't like to be without connectivity. I mean, I got my side piece on now all the time, but
is Jason doing live shows from where he's at or no?
Not that I know of. I think their internet, wherever they're on the campsite, is very spotty because Dina, doesn't get in touch. Hey, I did the cats, and I'll get a message like way later. I mean, I know they're having fun, but it's like a Patriot camp outing, fireside fun. But I'm taking care of the babies.
Yeah, I'm trying. Enoch used to do that. Remember that character Enoch that was all over social media in the beginning? ENOCH, I think it was. I don't know if that's the same guy. He used to do those get-togethers while camping. He started that like I don't know how many years ago. Is that the same guy?
I don't know. To be honest. I just know they're gone. They're coming back, I think, tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, it's nice. It was nice of you to take care of them. Not like you would say no to all those little kittens, right?
Oh my gosh, I love his cat.
Is it just one? I thought he had a whole mess of them.
No, there's a whole mess of them.
Yeah.
They make a mess.
Yeah.
Dana's gonna find out they're in, under the kitchen sink. They pulled out some stuff. All cleaned up now, but my gosh.
Yeah, that was like one time I asked my neighbors to watch my dogs, and I guess I had one that used like to destroy things when I was gone, or else they weren't going there as much as I thought they were going to go there. And I came home. I didn't see any damage or anything. But as soon as I sat down on the couch pillows, I'm like, why is this pillow all lumpy? They sewed them back up. They stuffed the shit back in there. And I'm like, why is this? You know, I'm like, holy shit. Then I walked over and we were going to put trim around this one room. And I was like, why do all these little pieces of wood? The dog tore up some of the trim and stuff like that. And they just took them and threw out, I don't know how much of it. And my neighbor, I think it was his daughter that was watching the house and the dogs. And he came over to me and just said, you know, I'd get rid of that dog of yours. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He was just acting out because I wasn't around. You know, I didn't get rid of him. But apparently he put them through hell. It was like Home Alone, you know, with the dogs. All right. You guys want to talk about any other subjects, political, geopolitical, what's going on out there? It's just crazy. I haven't really been keeping up with it, so I can't really say much.
I really don't watch much anything. So
yeah, I just kind of listen to talk shows, and that's about it. Try to find a movie.
Yeah.
Oh, Colleen is out there. Hey, Colleen. You need to do a reading for Colleen.
Do I?
Yeah. Lori's is saying, dogs and I were chasing coons off last night. Dang it.
Oh, I gotta feed those too. I got trash pandas to feed at night. Jason's trash pandas.
That's good. Jason's taking a break, isn't it? When was the last time he took a vacation?
Well, he did go to Trump Durrell to talk with the Charlie Ward thing.
Yeah.
I know that.
Oh, that's good. So we got to see a lot of people then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's good with that.
All right, Miss Colleen, release your inner rebel. Be yourself and create your own universe.
She already does that.
All right, Build Angel is at your side. It watches over you at every dark doorway. I'm like you, Ginny, and dropping cards everywhere.
And Mayday is out here. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Mayday, I ignored your call.
To conform is to die inside. Be brave and be yourself. And then I have a difficult path is being revealed. Ask for help and learn that we are all connected. What is your passions? Fifth house. You have to strive for your passions. And once again, you're going to get it through spirit. You're going to get a message. Yep, pursue and it's one, like for me, like when I get into my creative zone, I get a lot of messages from upstairs. A lot. So seek that out.
Yeah. I would do a reading for May if you want to pull a couple cards for her, but I know her too well. She is just the sweetest. I met her when I first started doing my show, and we've been friends ever since. So I love her to pieces. So we see, look, there's more people jumping on, and we're into this almost 2 hours later. So maybe I should change the time. I have no idea. I've gone from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock to sometimes 6 o'clock at night. May, we're going to pull a couple cards for you while you sit there and watch us. If you want to stay on a couple more minutes, appreciate it. And I'm going to pull some for Colleen also. So you go ahead, Ellie.
I got a wonderful surprise is coming. Something entirely new awaits you.
Whoa. You're finally going to get that UPS package, Mayday.
Live playfully and with a light heart. Listen to the voice of your inner child. My camera's off today, too. To conform is to die inside. Be brave and be yourself. And then we have a message is trying to reach you. Be vigilant. The spirit world wishes to find and touch you. We have fourth house, home, in regards to a descendant invitation. So something with your home, and maybe you'll get an invitation for something. Fourth house. I mean, maybe that might be an invitation.
I didn't hear you. You kind of muffled. Okay, Colleen says thank you, Allie. And May says, wow. Yeah, that'd be really cool for her to get something really cool in there. So somebody asked me to do a reading for the collectiveness. I don't do this, and that's a really good idea to do it that way, since maybe we'll do more of these to fill in if nobody is asking for them. But let me just see what I get here. All right. Okay, so the message, it goes back to what we started out with, Arnie, talking about. I'm pulling this card about this birthing, this new thing. We are in it. It is the beginning of it. I think it's been there, but I think it's the strongest right now for the collective consciousness of this. It's not a rebirthing. It's we are coming into everything that is going to be new, right? It's a new baby. Our new baby could be the earth energies right now. But there's still a little bit more work that has to be done here, okay? And it doesn't mean that it's going to stop the process. If anything, we're all going to understand the whole balance of the planet, balance of people, balance of everything in a collective consciousness of balance. So what I'm seeing that's kind of still has to be worked in, but it's on the shadow side of things, and we're working on that. Is understanding how to meld it all together. I think we just talked about this, Arnie. And Alley Cat is kind of like, and it goes back to Ashmeyer's husband of this dream. Sometimes we don't understand the new energies that are coming in, and we have to give it a little time, a little bit to work with. And they're going to slow it down for us once we get to that point of learning how to work these energies in. I know this is truth because my hands are vibrating like crazy right now. And so when that period comes, we're all going to be so much more stronger. And you're going to say, well, that's kind of obvious, but no, this is what's really happening. And we're not going to look at time as much as we did in the past anymore. Time is going to be irrelevant. It's not going to matter. It's kind of like, well, when I get around to it, that's the perfect time for when I can actually do this. And this whole it's going to happen by the end of this year. A lot of it's going to pick up when we go into 2026. But in the meantime, what we're doing is we're working that process that I just mentioned there. And then we're all going to understand what it is to be our own masters, right? In other words, we're going to be very kind about being our own masters as we move through this. And like I said, they're showing me about six months out for this here. I'm actually tapping into the Akashics of this here. And it's almost as like the views that are going to be coming from our minds and what we're going to be seeing. And I use this analogy a lot of times. I used to use it in the past. What is it? Superman would be able to see through things. We're going to be able to see through things also too. That helps with the change in the vibration of the frequencies of things. So, and it eliminates what Alley Cat was saying earlier. You want to go off and be a jerk, you go off and be a jerk, but you're not going to be part of this new energy that's actually coming in. And so, it's almost like we eliminate you because you don't want to be a part of it. You are making your choices. And earlier I had said 2025 is the time to do it. We've got about 6 months, 7 months now. We're moving really close into August to make those changes. So actually, when you look in the mirror, as Arnie said earlier, you're going to see yourself. You're going to see the true you. But if you look in the mirror and you see multiple things about yourself, in other words, like you see your ego there, you got some more work to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. But you've got the time to do it. And let's see what else that we have here. It is. So the forces between all this is just, again, and I keep seeing this balance come up. They're showing me balance in many different ways. So we'll be balanced in the morning. We'll balance at night. It's just the way that it's going. What do you got, Alley Cat?
Chaos and conflict. That's what we're heading in right now. That's where we're in right now. If we all become flexible, like you were just saying, we have the balancing act. A change is in the wind. So we're all feeling the changes. It's just a matter of how we are being flexible about the changes and going with the flow. Because my goodness, my world's collapsing and being built up.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because, you've got new people coming in your life. Allie's showing this, that. Have you guys been following us? I actually am, I had a pet that exits, so things are coming and going. I think that my pet served her purpose after 12 and a half years and taught us, me and my husband, so many lessons on so many different levels. And so those are the changes. It's kind of like, and not only that too, the messages that I got from her about this, I could sit there and still be crying over it, or I could be saying, okay, thank you for your service to me, as I know that how much I took care of her. And so that's what we have to start doing, is taking a look at things a little bit differently. Arnie, what do you got?
Yeah, the energies are just going to keep picking up. It's going to continue. It's going to get faster, in fact. And it's all going into a brighter future. And each one of us as creators, too, in this matrix, as we go along, a lot of our non-player characters are going to disappear because we write our own scripts, too. And like I said, I got this back in 2024 with the 2 card decks I did. In meditation, I was getting a different type of connection. It was galactic, and I got a whole bunch of messages, and in those decks is what's playing out now. It's 25 into 26. And it's all positive. It all has to do with unity, coming together, and truth and exposure.
Yeah, so see, Charlene, his statement says, love it. You should always end the show with a collective reading. That was amazing. We are doing it. Yeah, I will do that. Thank you, Charlene. And I would love to have Charlene on here. Would she do that at all for us?
I don't know. She might. Come on, Charlene.
Yeah, definitely. That's all that I got, you guys. And I'm glad I did that reading. I was just, it was just right. It was perfect. And the next time that we do it, I'll be here on Wednesday. You guys tell me the time, because apparently maybe the noon is everybody is, busy eating their lunch and stuff like that. I have no idea. But please share, like, and subscribe. And if you want to come back and join us, like I said, I tend to move the times around. And let's see what else we have out here. Barbara Marks has got something. I need my glasses too. I'm on a monitor, or the laptop monitor today, and it's very hard to see. Mayday says, thank you, Janine, Arnie, and Alley Cat. Charlene says, I'm like the boyfriend. Hiding?
She's hiding. Okay.
He's gone. He left. He went home.
Okay, I'm just seeing what else anybody else has out there. Yeah. And Rumble, is that Bob Perry that's out there? Thanks for being out there. I know Buck is probably back to work. If he didn't already have a meeting today. Let's see what else we have out here. Mayday, thank you for being here. It's a long time no see you on our show. And if there's anybody else that I missed, Allie, let me know. I'll be glad to do one more reading, and we can part our ways.
No, we're good.
Arnie, thank you for joining in us. I'd like to see if you have time to come back on here again with us. But hopefully you guys will join us on Saturday Night Live. Most of it probably is only going to go to one YouTube channel and X and also Rumble. So we're gonna put it out on X there and hopefully get a lot more people to watch us on Saturday Night Live. Don't know what is going to happen with the other two guys and Arnie and Alley Cat. It'll be fun show. That's where I'm headed. My intentions is we're going to have fun and we're going to laugh. Colleen says I need to go back and watch from the beginning too. Yeah, do that. I think we were just kind of talking about, I don't even remember what we were talking about. Oh, our dreams. Dream. All right, let's see here what else we have here. Lori is just saying, all right, everybody have a really great day. All Ducky loves, appreciates. Janine, Allie Ducky. Allie Ducky? What's Allie Ducky? Is that the duck?
It's a chicken. It could be whatever you want it to be. It's art.
I'm sticking with monkey butt. I'm safe with monkey. What? Wait a second. I like monkey. No, I don't. Wait, never mind. All right, everybody. Until next time. See you then. Bye now. Bye, Ernie. Bye, Alley Cat.
From the moment I saw your smiling face, I knew in my heart you were my saving grace. You're the sunshine on my darkest days. With you, I'm lost in an endless maze. Every touch, every kiss sets me free. In your arms is where I long to be. Together we'll face whatever comes our way. Forever and always we'll seize the day.